Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy Javi, bienvenidos a English Listening. En el vídeo de hoy Mike nos va a hablar sobre las votaciones en Estados Unidos, ya que recientemente ha sido pues precisamente un día de votación. Así que os dejo con Mike, adelante.
Welcome to English Listening, I'm Mike. Today is Election Day in the United States. So what better time to talk about the elections and how they work in the United States than today? Now, I just got back a couple hours ago from voting, and one of the rewards that they give you when you vote is they give you this lapel sticker, which you're supposed to put on and walk around town and show all of your friends and the rest of the community that they need to go vote because you voted. And as you can see, it has a shape of the state that I live in. This is the state of Ohio, in place of where you would expect to see a heart. Ohio voting? I don't know. I think it just means I love voting, but they just use my state instead of the heart. They've given this sticker out for the last, 4 or 5 years. It seems like this has become a staple of the voting process, I guess. Now, let me explain to you how elections work in the United States. Now, this is an odd year. This is 2013. We do not actually have any elections for federal offices on odd years. We only do those. We only have those elections on even years. And what I'm talking about are offices such as the President of the United States, the senators, and members of the House of Representatives. Now, you'll see why those are only on even years, and that is because the president is elected to a 4-year term, the senators are elected to 6-year terms, and the members of the House of Representatives are elected to 2-year terms. As you can see, those are all even numbers, so it's always going to be an election on an even year. Now, some of the things that we actually vote on every year are community issues. And for example, we vote on whether we should have a levy, a tax levy, to actually increase funding for specific public services. For example, on the ballot today, we had a tax levy for funding our metro parks, the local natural parks. And we also had one for schools to help fund art programs and sports and other activities that are important to kids and to expand their horizons. Let me tell you about what the process of voting is like exactly. So we have different districts, and based on where your home address is, you are going to be placed in a certain voting district. And that basically means that I need to go online and I need to look and see what district I'm in, and then that will tell me where the polling station for me to vote at is located. It's usually within 1 mile or less. And it's usually in a community center or a church or a public school or locations like that. Those are places that you will generally have to vote. I go to the location that I am designated to vote in, and I am met at that location by a person who will direct me to a table that has my verification information in it. And they ask me for my driver's license or any other form of government ID. And they also have my name in a book, and they have a copy of my previous signature from the last time that I voted. So they want me to show my identity, and they also want me to prove that I can sign a signature that's similar to the previous one. This is just part of the verification process. After they have verified me, they hand me a ballot. The interesting thing about the ballot is that it's actually written in English and Spanish because we have such a large Spanish-speaking community here. So I take that ballot, and I go over to a private station, and we actually fill in these little bubbles for who we select in pen. Now, if you've ever seen those Scantron type sheets that they use in standardized testing, it's kind of like that, but instead of using a number 2 pencil, we use a pen. And the reason we use a pen is because we don't want anybody to be able to erase what we've selected. So after I have gone through the ballot and I have selected what I like, or I've voted for the levies or voted for the people that I feel should be put into office, I go back and I put my ballot into a machine, and that machine keeps it and electronically reads it. And the interesting thing is that there are all these rules about how the attendants at the voting location can actually interact with you. For example, I had a problem at one of the scanning machine when I went there today. When I tried to put my ballot in the machine, it got jammed and it didn't go in. And a gentleman came up to me and he said, "Can I approach?" And I said, "Sure, yeah, you can approach." And he says, "One moment, I need to find a Republican." And I said, "Why do you need to find a Republican?" And he said, "Because we both have to approach you. Because if I approach you, someone might insinuate that I'm actually influencing you." So these are the kinds of things that actually happen. These things actually happen when you go to vote. Is that there's all these rules and regulations in order to make sure that the process is fair. Now, I hope that kind of clarifies how the elections work in the United States for you. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I'll gladly answer them.
Muchas gracias, Mike. Muy bien, pues vamos a ver si ya habéis comprendido todo lo que nos ha contado. Vamos con las preguntas. La primera es, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que regalan un adhesivo después de ir a votar? Siguiente, ¿qué tipo de elecciones se realizan solo en años pares? Tercera pregunta, cuando Mike va a votar, ¿cómo verifican su identidad? Y última, ¿por qué tuvo que haber dos personas asistiendo a Mike el día que tuvo un problema para votar? Muy bien, pues esto es todo. Cualquier comentario o sugerencia podéis dejarlo en el espacio debajo de este vídeo. Si os ha gustado, no olvidéis marcar el dedo pulgar hacia arriba, lo cual nos ayudará un poco en la difusión del vídeo. Suscribíos a nuestro canal si os interesa. Y bueno, recordad que tenemos los vídeos y otro tipo de materiales educativos relacionados con lo que hacemos en la web mikeandjavi.com. Muchas gracias y hasta la próxima.